Hey guys, it's Keaney here from Recharge Wrestling, and we're here for some more predictions. And this time we're predicting NXT Stand and Deliver, the preamble to weekend. And actually, they've put on a pretty decent card. So I'm just going to run through the card and give my thoughts and predictions. And look out on Twitter. It may well be out by the time this video is released, but look out on Twitter for our predictions. Lee, get involved yourself. There's a chance to win a t-shirt at the end of the year. So, plenty of reasons to get involved. And it's just a bit of fun more than anything else. But okay, yeah, let's run through the cards. So the pre-show match is Toxic Attraction against Raquel and Dakota, the reformed duo. And the fact that they had a last minute resurrection of the group, Raquel and Dakota, and the fact this is on the pre-show makes me think that Gigi and JC are going to retain for Toxic Attraction. So that's my prediction. I think it would be cool if they built this up a bit more, but just seems really random. And it almost feels like, Wendy got an injury and they just needed to throw someone in the match for the pay-per-view. And I just don't see them. I don't see why you'd move the belts off Gigi and JC if for something to happen this quickly. I mean, obviously on paper, Raquel and Dakota are stronger, but yeah, I'm going Toxic Attraction to win. Now let's move on to the main card, and I'm going to start with LA Knight and Gunter, which is a match I'm definitely looking forward to. But in terms of predictions, I've got to go Gunter. I just can't see him losing, and in my opinion, he is going to be the NXT champion soon. I think I'd be surprised if he wasn't. He just seems too good to not push to the top, and I think they are pushing him to the top. And LA Knight does take defeats, doesn't he? I don't think it would affect him much. I think LA Knight, I wouldn't be upset if this was LA Knight's last match on NXT. I'd be quite happy if he moved up off the back of this, but we'll see. One person we know who is moving up off the back of this is Tommaso Champa, and he's got a match against Tony D'Angelo. And I guess the question here is, does Champa do a job and put over a rising star, or does he go out with a win? And I'm trying to think back to, obviously, you think back to Gargano. He didn't go out necessarily on a match, but he went out, put it over someone. And I actually think Champa might do the same thing here. Obviously, Gargano put over Waller in that attack. And I actually think Tony D'Angelo is going to beat Tommaso Champa here. A massive moment for Tony D'Angelo. And I think this is him being put over. And then Champa gets the thank you Champa after the match and gets the send-off he deserves. And then move up to the main roster, and I hope he does really well there. But I think my prediction is Tony D'Angelo is going to beat Tommaso Ciampa. Now, the NXT Tag Team titles. We have 4 matches left, all title matches. Imperium v. the Creed Brothers v. MSK. So I would ordinarily go for the Creed Brothers because I think they are the team they are hottest on at the moment on NXT, but we saw them on NXT get a text message saying we'll see you on Sunday, believed to be from the attackers, and I'm sure it is from the guys that attacked them. So therefore, I think that will stop Creed Brothers winning this match. I think their attackers will have an appearance here, and therefore I think Imperium will retain the tag team championships here. I think it'd put a bit of gloss on MSK winning the belts. No, not a gloss. It would kind of take the shine off MSK winning the belts if then it was trumped by the attackers. So I think in an angle like this, I think that angle is potentially bigger than this match. I think an angle like this, I think you need to retain the belts because and an Imperium, maybe you move on to an Imperium MSK normal feud. Maybe that's what you do after this. But I think Imperium are going to retain. The North American title ladder match is a really interesting one because I think there's a case for a lot of these guys to win the belts. And I wish the future of Carmelo Hayes was clear. If he'd have appeared on a couple of, if it was like a Grayson Waller, how he's been portrayed on the main roster a couple of times, and you know, Bron Breakker's had it as well. You might have said, oh, maybe they're going to look at moving Carmelo Hayes up, but there's been no sniff of him being touted for the main roster quite yet. So I think there's a good case that Carmelo Hayes retains here. I think Grayson Waller and Cameron Grimes are the other two I could see winning this. I don't give much chance to Solo Sikoa or Santos Escobar. I don't think they'll win this. So I'm down to 3. And I think I'm going to go for a new North American champion, and I'm going to go for Cameron Grimes. He's had the story of missing out first time. Now he's doing it for his dad, and I think that's going to be the story they tell in this match. But I would not be surprised if Carmelo Hayes retained, or even if Grayson Waller won it. That would not surprise me at all. But I'm going to go for Cameron Grimes to win the North American Championship, and then maybe move Carmelo Hayes up to the NXT title level. It might be the next step for Carmelo. But yeah, I'm going Cameron Grimes to win. And then the NXT Women's title match. This one, honestly, I have not got a clue. I thought about all of these matches. I thought about this one and I couldn't decide, so I thought I'll just decide on the cuff when I'm talking about it. Mandy Rose, Cora Jade, Io Shirai, Kaylee Ray. And to be honest with you, I don't know who's going to beat Mandy Rose. It's not like she's even that invincible. They're just not really pushing anyone up to that kind of to seem like a legitimate person to beat her. I got a feeling Io Shirai and Kaylee Ray may get in each other's way here. You know, their promo, they you know, there was like a little bit of animosity there. Like it's going to be a point where they have to decide who wins, and they're going to come down to them two. So I actually am predicting Mandy Rose is going to retain in sneaky fashion here. I still don't think Cora Jade's ready for the belt yet. I actually think it would have been quite cool to have her in a one-on-one match. It would have been quite interesting, but interestingly, they've not put her in a one-on-one match here. They had it and they changed their mind for whatever reason, or maybe the plan was always to include the tag champs. But yeah, interesting to not have Cora Jade in a one-on-one match. It makes me think she's not quite ready to be having one-on-one title matches yet. So therefore, she definitely can't be champion. And I just think Io Shirai doesn't need the belt. I mean, Kaylee Ray could be quite a cool champ, but I do think the story with her and Io might be what we get off the back of this potentially. So I'm going to go Mandy Rose to retain the belt. And I'm not that convinced by that one at all, but I'm going to go Mandy Rose. And then that just leaves the NXT title match, Ziggler and Breakker. I mean, really, Bron Breakker should win this. I think the only reason Ziggler became champ was to try and draw a few more eyes to NXT, and also to give him something to do at Mania weekend, because he would have had nothing to do if he wasn't doing this. So this is the best use of Dolph Ziggler. I think he's been a good champ. I think he's looked an absolute star, and I think he's actually brought a lot to NXT in his short time here. But I don't think his future's in NXT. I think Bron Breakker is the guy they're running with as the top guy of NXT. I think it's been quite clear. With Ciampa moving on, with potentially Ziggler moving back, or you know, carrying on the main roster, not staying on NXT, Breakker could really solidify himself as the main guy here. And then you've got guys like Gunter and Carmelo who can push him. Grayson Waller. There's a lot of options for Breakker as champ. I think there's less options for Ziggler as champ, considering he's already fought LA Knight, already fought Ciampa, and now it's Bron Breakker. So for me, Bron Breakker is going to win the NXT title. So just do a quick rundown at the end, as I always do. My predictions are Toxic Attraction to retain the NXT Tag Team Championships, Gunter to beat LA Knight, Tony D'Angelo to beat Tommaso Champa. I've gone for Imperium to retain the Tag Team Championships, Cameron Grimes to win the North American belt, Mandy Rose to retain the NXT Women's Championship, and Braun Breaker to win back his NXT title. So like I mentioned at the top, get involved on Twitter. It may well be on your Twitter feeds by the time you're watching this, but if you haven't got involved yet, please get involved. Check out Fish and Krusty's predictions, and also check out, we'll all be predicting WrestleMania night 1, night 2, and the predictions for Mania will be up as well. So it's a big week for predictions. So do get involved, and I will talk to you guys very soon.